Hey ladies, this is what sugar daddies should sound like. This is what provider men should sound like. This is what men on your roster should sound like. This is how they should be thinking. This is how they sound if they've been trained properly, if you've shown up properly, if they see your value because you see your value. Okay? It hasn't always been this way. This is not the response I've gotten from men for many years of my life, but this is how men treat me now. This is what I expect. This is what's normal. And this is generally how it goes. So here's an example. This is John, my second runner-up SD. He just sent me this message. We're planning a date for our anniversary on the 12th. I'm excited to plan a special night for us on the 12th. A couple of questions for you to help me make it as great as possible. I have not fully chosen a restaurant yet. Would you prefer a steak place or something with a more creative menu? I have ideas and want to leave some mystery for you, but want to make sure I select what you would enjoy. What time that evening do you think you could be in? Okay, I'm keeping my finger over the location just for privacy. So he has time to reserve properly. My window starts around 5 p.m. and goes to 10. That's when he's going to be available. Because as you ladies know, he has to sneak out to see me. Ladies who have husbands and boyfriends and men you're cohabitating with and doing life with, be aware, be aware, be aware. This is one of those situations where he's going to be like, oh, I have to meet some guys for drinks. I have a business dinner. Oh, I have to work late, blah, 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 blah. He could very well have his mistress. He may be taking his mistress out for their anniversary. So ladies, be aware of all these things. 3, I know, no sugar or flour. See, he knows my diet. He knows how I eat. Why? Because I am important to him. Why am I important to him? Because he's always chasing me. Why is he always chasing me? Because I give him barely nothing. Okay? Actually, I do. I do give him a lot. I'm giving him the experience of chasing. I'm giving him this wonderful feeling of love he feels inside for me. Why does he get to feel like he loves me? Because he's always chasing me. Why is he always chasing me? Because I'm not giving myself away for free or for cheap anymore. Not like I used to. Why? Because I've grown. I've learned my value. I've become a more spiritually aligned person. I've become a more self-serving and self-loving person. And no, that doesn't make me mean. For a long time, I thought that made me mean. I realize it's not mean at all. It's good to me and it's good for him. Look at him. Look at this man. He's learning how to be selfless. He's learning how to think about me. He's learning how to just not constantly just be a perv. He's being a gentleman. He's learning all these things. Okay, yes, he kind of knew how to do a lot of these things, but I'm making him practice it over and over and over again. This is good for him. Don't believe these men when they act like you're being mean to them because you're valuing yourself, okay? Don't fall for that. All right, 3, I know no flour or sugar. Also, I know you're not drinking alcohol now. I want to respect and honor your food plan and needs as much as possible. Any other guidance? If you have a certain restaurant you want to go, let me know and that's where we'll go. One last thought. I want to make the evening as enjoyable and comfortable as I can for you. I'm trying to think of anything that can help. With that goal, I offer if you would like, I would be happy to get you a nice Uber or Lyft to transport you back and forth. That way you don't have to worry about driving or parking. Also, you are free to take care of your personal or work items on your phone during the drive. Okay, genius. I don't really need you to explain all this to me, but thanks anyway. The other thought I had was to get you a room in the area for the night. This means you can be up here earlier in the day, so easier to get ready on time. I know what you are thinking. Yeah, he's right. I am thinking that. I'm definitely thinking he wants to get me a room so that maybe it makes it a little easier. There will be a bigger chance that maybe possibly I might invite him to the room after our date. Okay, this is what he's hoping for. But of course, he's going to say, I have no plans to take a step in the room. If you want, I will not even step in the hotel, just pick you up outside. I offer this to make it easier for you and help you enjoy the night more. Also, I might be able to provide one last surprise present for you if you have a room. What kind of present? Oh, I know what it is. I know what it is. He wants to send a masseuse to give me a massage in my room. I know that's what it is. Okay. He's acting like I'm taking a long drive. I'm driving like 30 minutes. Like, I don't know. He's just trying to find ways to like spoil me and be nice and so badly. I just want to be like, bro, it's a 30-minute drive. Okay. I'll be fine parking my car. I mean, this night is not going to be any more special than all the other times we've gone out for dinner. But in his mind, it's more special because it's our anniversary. And now that he has agreed to pay for my whole entire facelift, he's making the biggest investment in me he's ever made. It's going to be a total of, with tax, about $88,000, $89,000. So he's making a big step now. He paid the $10,000 deposit yesterday. And it looks like it's really going to happen. Fingers crossed, ladies, fingers crossed. Because he could always change his mind. I mean, he still has to make, a few more payments. I have a pre-op appointment coming up. He's got to make a payment that day. And then he has to have the whole surgery paid like a few weeks before the surgery date, I think. So all the money's not paid yet. So I'm saying this very carefully. Saying that he's agreed to pay. He's paid the deposit. But until it's all the way paid and I am on that surgery table, I'm not going to believe it. Okay? I mean, I'm not going to fully believe it. I'm not going to get too excited. That's why I'm not jumping for joy right now. Which kind of sucks because I want to celebrate, but I don't want to celebrate prematurely, okay? I don't want to celebrate prematurely and then end up sad and crying because it didn't work out. But so far, so good. And I see why this anniversary date is like a big deal for him. He really wants to like have this relationship with me. And if we go out for our anniversary and celebrate it like a real couple, it's going to feel very real to him. And right now he really needs that because of the amount of money he's paying for this procedure. So I'm going to go along with it. He bought me a dress a while back. Maybe I'll wear that dress. I kind of don't like it because it's backless and I have a fat back. But I don't know. We'll see. But he wants to like make this special. And I know he wants to get me a room because he's got, he thinks it's a slim chance. But it's possible. I might just like gaze in his eyes from across the table the night of our anniversary dinner. And I might just like be overcome with desire for him because he's being so good right now. He's being so nice and being so generous with the money he's given me recently. And, he gave me his credit card and he's just, he bought me a bunch of purses and shoes and dresses. What else has he done? I think that's it. I can't remember. Oh, he bought me some jewelry. Like, he is trying to win me back after I ghosted him for about 7-8 months. This is what they like. Ladies, this is what they like. They like convincing you to be with them. When you give it up too quickly, you're bending over backwards for these men. You're loving them too much. You're baking them cookies. You're answering all their phone calls. You're available to them all the time. You get into bed with them before they've really moved mountains for you. They don't get to have the experience John is having right now. Yes, John is in a lot of pain daily. Every day he can't talk to me on the phone, he's in pain. Every time he's only allowed to email me, he's in pain. When he wants to see me and he can't, he's in pain. When he can't FaceTime me, he's in pain. when I ask for really expensive things and then he tells me no and then I go away, he's in pain. He's in a lot of pain all the time. But then every time I let him in even just a little bit, oh my God, he feels the opposite of pain. He feels relief from the pain. We're literally just going to go eat dinner for our anniversary. If he got to have me and see me and talk to me all the time, he wouldn't be that excited about this. He's excited about this, and it's going to feel like, from 1 to 10, it's going to feel like a top 10 or an 11 experience for him because I've deprived him. It's like if you're fasting all day long, or maybe, you're going to do a water fast for like a week, and then you finally have food. Regular schmegular food that's really not that great is going to be the most glorious thing you've ever put in your mouth. You're going to taste it so much more. You're going to love it so much more. You're going to appreciate it so much more. And at the same moment, you're also feeling the relief from the starvation. That's what it's like for him every time he gets to be near me. That's why deprivation, ladies, deprivation is so important. Deprivation for you is important. Deprive yourself from food. Yes, you should. Fasting, all religions talk about fasting. Why? Because it works. It's a real thing. Deprive yourself from food. Deprive yourself from smacks. Deprive yourself from all types of things, from corn. I know like a lot of ladies are falling into the corn trap too. That's something women are looking at. Deprive yourself from that. Take it away from yourself. All these things you think make you feel so good. Okay, besides air and water, you really don't need much. All the other stuff is like, yes, you need food, but that's eventually you need food. You can go a terribly long time with no food and be totally okay. Deprive yourself from things so you can learn self-discipline, so you can feel appreciation again. You take anything away from yourself, you're actually helping yourself. You're building your muscle. You're building the internal muscle of deprivation. You're breaking addictions. And yes, things like corn, you should deprive yourself from that for probably your whole entire life. Things like smacks, yes, you should go on a long abstinence journey. You should go on a long abstinence journey because it's going to make you a more disciplined woman. And people that are having smacks all the time don't enjoy the smacks as much as they should be enjoying it. Why? Because they have it all the time. Take it away from yourself for a long time and then try it again. You're going to be so much more sensitive. You're going to be so sensitive. You won't need all these power tools to reach the finish line. A lot of women are addicted to power tools. That's the only way they can complete. If you stay away from that stuff, if you fast from it for a long time, you can make yourself so sensitive again to where like a man can like barely touch you and you will be on the verge of climax. But you need to be disciplined enough to be abstinent, completely abstinent, even from things you do alone by yourself. I don't know how this video turned into this. But what I'm trying to say is that depriving yourself of things that you like and that make you feel good can really, really, really help you enjoy life. And when it comes to men, hey, once you know how to deprive yourself and fast from social media, from certain foods, from, dressing sexy, even that, and dressing all sexy and getting validation from men, try fasting from that for a while. And then when you go back to it, you're really going to feel it. You're really going to feel the validation hits. You have to get away from it for a while and then reemerge and try again. And you can create blissful states of mind. You can create really off the chart life experiences, from things that seem mundane, fasting from them and then giving them back to yourself at a very specific time. You can give yourself a top 10 experience. This is how the masters create their sweetest life possible. Like, you can control you can control how much enjoyment you get out of life by how much deprivation you do beforehand. If you go out to restaurants all the time and you're always eating like very like delicious food with all kinds of spices and sauces and flavors, you do that all the time, you're not fully enjoying the experience anymore. If you fast from all that stuff for, let's say, 1 month on purpose, and you just eat at home and you eat bland food with no salt, no sugar, not a lot of spices, just very, very boring, bland food. And then you go out and you have a meal with spices and seasonings, the experience you're going to have is going to be euphoric. You've taken a feeling that was usually probably like a 5 or a 6 for you, and now you've turned it into a 10. You have the power to create your life and turn it into a beautiful, glorious masterpiece. But you have to have the knowledge and the skill set, and you have to have the discipline to actually follow through on these things. And once you know how to play these kind of games with yourself and turn your life into a beautiful, glorious, blissful, orgasmic experience, once you know how to do it for you, you can take that skill set and you can use it with men, and you can use it to make them fall deeply in love with you. Okay, all the tools and techniques I use on my men are things I've used on myself already. I've mastered the art of using these techniques on myself. Like, I can make myself have a level 10 experience with food, with smacks, with all kinds of things. Because I've played these games with my own brain and my own brain chemicals. Everything we experience is in the mind, ladies. And you have the power to manipulate your own mind. Once you know how to manipulate your own mind and your own body to have these pretty much out of body experiences, like these amazing, intense experiences, you can give the same intense experiences to men. So he's going to have a wonderful time. And I'm going, I'm going to have a nice time. It'll be fine. But I'm the movie producer. Like, I wrote the movie, I'm producing it. Like, I know what's going on. He's in the movie and he doesn't know it's a movie. So I'm going to be watching him have a euphoric experience because I set it up to be a euphoric experience. Why? I want him in euphoria. If I can put this man in euphoria, and I can also put him in the fiery pits of swampy hell whenever I want to, I'm the puppet master. He's the puppet. I control the game. I'm the one that knows all the behind the scenes things that are going on. He thinks all of this is real and it's all really happening. I'm controlling his feelings. I can give him a level 10 experience of euphoria. And I can also give him an experience that makes him want to take himself out of this world, if you know what I mean. Not that I would make somebody do that on purpose, but I could. That's scary. I could if I was an evil person and wanted to. I don't use my powers for evil, not normally. Don't play with this kind of, I don't know, some people might call it magic. Don't play with this kind of magic if you're a bad person. Okay, back to the story here. I can't believe this just veered off. and turned into a whole nother topic. Two, the other thought I had was to get you a room in the area for the night. This means you can be out here earlier in the day, so easier to get ready on time. I know what you're thinking. I have no plans to take a step in the room. If you want, I will not even step in the hotel. Just pick you up outside. I offer this to make it easier for you and help you enjoy the night more. Also, I might be able to provide one last surprise present. Yeah, that must be the masseuse. So, yeah, I don't need a hotel room. It's 30 minutes away from my home, and I don't need an Uber. I drive down that way all the time. He's just trying to make things more extravagant. I would just prefer him save the money and just, hand me more cash. But I'm probably going to just go along with this and let him do it all up so he can have this amazing experience in his mind of how he provided this beautiful, pretty woman night for me. And see, he needs this story in his mind. He needs this experience in his mind. And the more I let him do for me and provide for me, it's totally unnecessary for me to take an Uber out there. It's totally unnecessary for me to have a hotel room. It's totally unnecessary. But I think I just might let him have the pleasure of it. It's going to make him feel good. And it's a good way to train him that he always needs to be doing over the top things for me, unnecessary things for me. But I don't want to sleep in a freaking hotel that night. And I don't want to not have my car either. Ew, God. It's freaking annoying. Ugh. And I know there is a little bit of him hoping that if I don't have my car, I'm going to have to rely on him more. I can't just drive away from the restaurant and go home. He's going to have to drive me to my hotel and drop me off. And there may be a little tiny chance I might say, "Can you walk me upstairs?" Or something like that. Oh, John. But I know he does need to feel like he went all out. And it's going to be good for him to take the next several weeks to plan this whole date and make it perfect. This means he's going to be thinking about me every single day, planning, checking different restaurants, checking hotels, trying to get me the nicest room. He said he wants to get me a nice Uber or Lyft, so I think he's going to get, one of the more expensive ones probably. It's so unnecessary. I can drive my own car, and it's not far. It's 30 minutes. But I get it. This is what he needs. And I need to remember that. This is what he needs right now. Because the more heroic he feels, the more like a provider he feels, then I'm going to have to put on the cute, happy face. Oh my God, you did such a great job. This is so amazing. I have to do that because I want him to stay in this mindset. Of course, I want him to stay in this mindset. Even though when men are like this, it is kind of annoying sometimes. I'm not going to lie. But he needs to feel connected to me. He needs to feel invested in me. Why? Because this $89,000 facelift is not the last thing I want from him. I want more. More and more and more and more and more. This is just going to be the biggest thing he ever bought me all at once. Which is also good because now we've broken through that threshold. There's bigger amounts on the other side. Now that he's going to be used to giving me $89,000 in one hit, next time, what if it's 100? Well, 100's not going to hurt so bad if he already did 89,000 before. It'll be, this is going to normalize it for him. I can't believe a year ago, what was it? 13 months ago, I was on here making videos about, oh my God, my second runner-up, SD, paid my rent for a year for my apartment and my clinic and bought me a car. That was $30K. That was a really big, huge deal because he had never given me that much money at once before. It's been a year now. Since then, He's already given me 50K. Okay, he gave me 50K a couple of months ago. Why was he able to give me 50K? Because he gave me 30 and it normalized that feeling. Now 50 is not a huge jump. And the only reason he's able to give me 89K right now for my facelift is because a couple months ago he gave me 50. And now that normalized the feeling. Okay, it's like these little bridges. I used to have the mindset wrong. I thought, oh no, if he gives me way too much, it's going to be a long time before he gives me more again, because now he's going to be like tapped out. It's not exactly how it works, ladies. See, I'm still on this journey myself. I'm still learning myself. I'm just a few steps ahead of most of the people that are watching me. I mean, there are some ladies who are doing what I'm doing right now, and I'm sure I have a couple of subscribers out there who are laughing at my videos saying she only gets 89,000. What? That's nothing. Ladies, if you're out there, put some comments in the comment section below. We want to hear your story. We want to know how you're doing it. Let me know. We need all the advice and wisdom we can get over here. Okay, that's what we're here for, to help each other level up and get more out of men, out of money, out of life. We want to live our sweetest lives possible. So don't gatekeep. Share the wisdom and secrets, please, ladies. So yeah, the reason he can give me 89,000 now is because he recently gave me 50. Now 89 doesn't seem so big to him. And now that he's going to give me 89,000, like, I'm getting scared. Like, I need to expand my container a little bit more. I feel shaky about this, especially because he just gave me 50. And it's so soon after. Now, my sabotaging brain, my pick-me brain is saying, 89, that's the most you're ever going to get. Don't expect another dime from him for the rest of your life. It's not true, though. It's not true. I just need to expand the container to normalize 89K all at once. And soon it will be like, yeah, that's an ordinary Tuesday. What do you expect? 89K? Yeah, that happens all the time. All the time. That happens to me all the time. Ladies, I wish it happened all the time. This is the second largest all at once gift I've gotten from a man. The largest was a $100,000 check. And yes, the check cleared. And, I've gotten smaller amounts like 50 or 60 or 20 or 10. I've gotten multiple gifts like that. And of course, I've gotten hundreds of, 1,000, 2,000, 3,000, 5,000, 500. I've gotten so many of those I can't even count. But like big, large sums of money, this will be the second largest gift I've ever received. And I need to expand my container. There are literally women in this world that get hundreds of thousands of dollars a month on automatic transfer to their account. And it's completely normal for them. I need to remember this. If that is normal for them, an $89,000 facelift should be normal for me. I'm expanding my container. I've expanded my container a lot over the past year. And I don't think the container can get too big. I think it can just expand forever. Yeah, ladies, the more money he gives me, the larger amounts he gives me, the more comfortable he is with giving me money because he practices it every time. And that scary feeling when you release a bunch of money to somebody, they get used to it. And then the more they don't want to let you go, because every time they look at you, they're like, I gave her 89,000, I gave her 50,000, I gave her 30, I bought her a car, I gave her $5,000 like dozens of times. And then all those years before, I gave her all those thousands and 500s, and Ladies, I started off getting $300 from this man years ago. Now he's up to 89K. He used to give me $300 in one day. And he'd be all over me. Now he gives me 89,000 and he's not even allowed to text my phone. He can only email me. And we do fist bumps and handshakes after our dates. Ladies, life can change. You can change. I am living proof of it. Like, I'm sitting here, I'm making this video, I'm looking at myself in the mirror, I'm like talking to myself. I'm like, this is unbelievable. This is real. This is true. You can manifest these things into your life. You can discipline yourself and control your own mind. You can control the outcome in your own life. You can change who you are, how you show up, how people respond to you. It's self-mastery. And I'm finally seeing the fruits of my labor. This has not been an overnight process. This has been a lot of ups and downs for many years, and a lot of learning, and a lot of just learning how to love myself, work on myself, put myself first, educate myself on the psychology of relationships. Isn't that crazy? I am 43 years old. By many people's standards, I'm old, wrinkly, hit the wall. I've never been legally married, but I have 3 kids by 3 different men. I don't have a degree. I've got stretch marks. I've had numerous STDs. Like, all kinds of things that a lot of these men on YouTube talk about, that would look at me and say, you're never going to get anything. Nobody's ever going to want you. Nobody's ever going to love you. You know, you should just settle. You should just settle for crap. You're old. No, like, nobody wants your ass. It's not true. I rode the cock carousel. I did all those things. I have a high body count, everything. All the things that should be against me right now. I'm sitting here after having hit the wall, and I have a man sending me $89,000 for a facelift that I barely need. Ladies, if I can do this, you can do this. I'm not really that much smarter than you, probably. I'm probably not that much prettier than you. You're probably prettier than me. If I can do it, you can do it. Okay, ladies, so... Okay, did I read the end? This is all for you. Just let me know and I will make it happen. I want this night to stand out in your memory. I imagine that is hard to do. So I have a high bar to meet. I am committed to trying to succeed. Just let me know. Yeah, of course, because I always tell him about, men treat me great, men will give me anything I want. I say stuff like that to him all the time. And he really thinks like everybody wants me. It's so cute and funny. He thinks everybody wants me because, like, in his mind, he wants me. So he thinks everybody wants me too. And you know what? He thinks that because I think that. It's probably not true. I've brought myself into such a delusional state over the years. I think everybody wants me. It seems very highly likely to me that wherever I go, all the men want me and all the women want to be me. This is because my brain has transformed over the years, and I may be in a delusional state, but this is a good delusion to have. This is a great delusion to have, because if I believe it, I vibrate on that frequency, and then I end up getting all of those things. That becomes my reality. But I could totally see how like somebody else would be like, what is she talking about? I don't know. It seems very real to me. When I put on my dress and I do my hair and my makeup and I go out somewhere, I really feel like everybody wants me. I don't know. Maybe only one person in the whole room wants me, but that one person will come over and they will start talking to me. And then I know I can turn them into like my third runner-up SD if I wanted to. Maybe everybody else in there thought I was hideous. I don't know. I'll never know. I will never know. The only ones I care about are the ones that are on my roster. I mean, there's only 24 hours in a day, ladies. There's only 365 days in a year. You don't need everybody in the world to love you. You only need like a small handful. I promise you they'll take up all your time. So don't worry about being perfect, because seriously, if you just start to believe you are perfect and awesome and amazing and just this glorious prize that is just walking around on two legs, if you really start to believe that about yourself, people will believe it too. Men will believe it too. Like John believes it. John believes in my delusion. I've convinced myself that I am a goddess, and John believes it too. And the more he believes it, he's just like reflecting my value back to me. And the other men on my roster too. They must believe it too, or why would they be on my roster? Then I have all of these people reflecting my own delusion back to me. Now I have more proof that it's not a delusion, it must be real. And who cares? It's like I have shallow Hal syndrome for myself. And all the men on my roster have it too. Well, then it must be real. Or it's close enough to real. If we all believe it, then it's real. You know what? They don't even have to believe it. As long as I believe it, it's real. And as long as I think it's real, I'm going to vibrate on that frequency, and other people will come that will believe in me too. Everything is in the mind, ladies. Everything is in your own mind. You know who helps me a lot with this? Like with manifesting? Is David. My friend David. His channel is Elmer O'Locker Jr. Some of you ladies probably know who he is. I've been training with him. He helps me a lot, like just to understand that nothing on the outside is actually real. You're creating it in your own mind. And now it's manifesting into the outside physical world. If you guys want to get a little deeper into manifestation and that type of psychology, I highly recommend him. There's lots of other people I've listened to in the past, but I'm doing some little more intense training with him. But check out his YouTube channel. He is the real deal, and oh my God, he's so attractive. Oh my God. Ladies, I don't really want to get married, but if I ever had to get married, oh boy, I would really like to marry him. I would have to build a big Trump wall around our property and make sure he never, ever, ever leaves. That would be the only way I could stay in love with him, is if I knew he couldn't get out there and have access to any other women. My God, he is so beautiful. You guys probably know who he is. If not, go and check him out. He's so attractive and his muscles are so big and he's so intelligent. And I can just tell in his videos and in his coaching programs, his breath never, ever, ever stinks. I know it doesn't. There's no way his breath ever stinks. I can just tell by looking at him. Ooh, he's so cute. Oh my God. If I was the marrying type, I would marry him 1,000 times over. Him and Mufti Menk. Ooh, that would be a good life for me. If we could do like a reverse Islam type of thing where I could have 4 husbands and they could only have me, I would have him be one of my husbands. My other husband would be Mufti Menk, and I gotta figure out who the other 2 would be. Maybe my one of my dance instructors, Nectar, I would let him be one of my husbands. Who would be number 4? You know, I kind of like R.C. Blake's. He's one of my faves, but I feel like he's more like my dad. So I don't know if I want to marry him. But I would let him be my dad. I would maybe let Tony Gaskins be on my roster, but he's kind of like, I don't know, he's kind of like turning me off lately. Yeah, I guess not. I'd let him be my side piece, though. Yeah, I'd have to think about who number 4 would be, my 4th husband. All right, ladies, I gotta go. I have to get to the grocery store. I need to buy some more beets and cherries. This is a really good combination. Beets. You can buy beets pre-cooked. And you just take them out of the package, you chop them up, and then buy frozen cherries and put the frozen cherries in there and let them like thaw out, and then pour the cherry juice on there. Oh boy, you can put some strawberries in there too. It's a really, really, really yummy way to eat beets if you're trying to become healthier and you're trying to find like vegetables that you like. Because I know a lot of people don't like the taste of vegetables, but this is a way to make them really, really good. Okay, that's my food tip for today. Ooh, do you ladies want to read a card? Oh my God, give me a second. Let me go get my cards. I'm coming, don't hang up. Oh, let me show you this too. I'm going to show you a spaghetti squash. I know a lot of you ladies out there don't know what spaghetti squash is. It's not like that common. Okay, this is a spaghetti squash. It's this big vegetable. You take it, you can put it in the oven and cook it. When you cut it open, all right, you can either cut it first, cut it in half, and then put it in the oven and cook it. Or what I like to do is cook it for a while until it gets soft, and then I cut it when it's like halfway cooked. That's just easier because these are really hard to cut. That's how I do it. I know some of you know about spaghetti squash. I know a lot of you don't. And a lot of people ask me food questions. So I'm going to throw in some food tips. Okay. This is a nice way to get your vegetables in and be healthy. Eat spaghetti squash. So you cook it, you cut it open, and you take a fork and you scrape it out. The stuff inside looks like spaghetti. It's very similar to spaghetti. So you just do your regular thing. You can put meatballs on it, preferably, like either grass-fed beef meatballs or maybe vegan meatballs, depending on what type of diet you're doing. And you put spaghetti squash on it. You can put Parmesan cheese on there, and it's like you're eating spaghetti, but it's no sugar, no flour. So it's healthy and it's a vegetable, and there's a lot of nutrition in these things. So try it out, ladies. You can go on YouTube and you can find a nice video, like a recipe. These are really, really good. These are one of my main vegetables. I love them so much. Okay, enough spaghetti squash time. Let's pick a card. I've been having fun with these cards lately. Okay, I'm going to shuffle them like this today. a one-handed shuffle. I don't have a tripod right now, so please excuse me. Okay, that's a good enough shuffle. Which card am I going to pick? This one? Ooh, maybe this one. No. Yeah, I'll go for this one. Oh my God. Let's find out what this means. Tell my sugar ladies what this card means for them. Sugar ladies, today's message comes from Temperance reversed. This card is a divine whisper that your emotional equilibrium may be off. You might be trying too hard to force an outcome, whether with a provider man, your lifestyle goals, or your own inner growth. When reversed, Temperance says you're pouring too much into the wrong cup, giving too much energy to situations, people, or desires that are not pouring back into you. Here's your sugar wisdom today. Stop over-giving. A high-value sugar lady never begs, chases, or convinces. She magnetizes. Check your boundaries. Are you blending too much into someone else's life or vibe? Pull back and recalibrate. Let things flow. Don't force. True luxury is peace. Oh my God, isn't that the truth? True luxury is peace. Yes, absolutely. You don't need to control the timeline. Just embody the energy of, I already have it. Ooh. Yes, the energy of, I already have it. Yeah, that's big in manifesting. This card reverse is a soft warning. Get back into alignment. You can't attract the next upgrade if you're in a state of emotional chaos or spiritual imbalance. Pause, recenter, and pour into yourself first. That's how the universe and your provider men start flowing toward you again. So true. This is what I was just talking about, like with John. He gives so much to me now because I started giving so much to me now. I started putting myself first. I stopped giving too much of me. I stopped giving myself away for cheap. It took him a while, but he saw me over the course of a very long time, actually. He's been watching me grow all these years. He's been watching me increase my value all of these years. Charging more, giving less, charging more, giving less. And he has not been happy about it. It's pissed him off. Every time my price goes up and every time I want to give him less, he gets angry. He gets mad. He doesn't like blow up at me, but he'll send me these long, crazy emails like breaking up with me and all this crap. And those are all tests. They have tantrums to see if you will change your mind and go back to your old price or go to a lower price. But if you stand firm in who this new version of you is, this more expensive, higher priced, higher value version of you, no matter how old you've gotten, no matter what you weigh, no matter what, you're like, no, my price is my price. Yes, I've gotten older, or I've gotten fatter, or I this, or I that, or, I had another baby. It doesn't matter. You get to put the price tag on you. You get to say how much you're worth. You get to Say, this is how much it costs to enter my world. This is what you must do for me. You stick to that. A lot of men will walk away forever. Good, let them go. And other men will stick around, pout, complain, catch an attitude, ghost you for a while. But many of them will come back and they will give you what you asked for. They're trying to break you down and let you think that this new idea you have about yourself, that, oh, you're so worthy. They're trying to make you think that was a bad idea, and you should have never thought so much of yourself. Okay? But if you stick to it, you pour into yourself, you put yourself first over and over and over, especially for a long period of time, they're like, oh, shoot, she's not joking around. Because a lot of times we as women pretend we're high value. You know, we'll talk the talk and, we'll put the makeup on and everything. Be like, no, I'm not that kind of girl. And, I'm so high value. And guess what? In 3 days, they got you in the bed. For what? A steak dinner. And they're laughing. They're laughing inside like, oh boy, another one of them chicks talking about she's high value. If she was so high value, she wouldn't be in the bed with me right now. That's for sure. Ha, ha, ha. I won again. That's why when you make a change and you decide you're going to be more valuable, you need to stick to it. Even if it's hard, even if you're feeling weak inside, you can't go backwards. Because if you go backwards, they respect you less and they laugh at you more inside. And when they don't respect you and they are laughing at you inside for pretending to be high value when you really didn't believe you were, clearly you didn't believe you were, or you wouldn't be giving all you're giving right now. You wouldn't be being a doormat right now. You wouldn't be in the bed with him right now. The more they see that happen, the further and further and further away you get from them giving you $89,000 or $50,000, or, maybe in your case, it's, $1,000, or maybe it's an engagement ring or a car or, whatever it is you want from this person. You need to take yourself seriously before anybody else is going to take you seriously. And it's not easy. You're going to backslide a lot of times, but just keep trying. Keep trying, keep going, keep going, keep going. Pick yourself up, dust yourself off, try again. Yes, I'm from the 90s, ladies. I know that song. When you are loving you, eventually the men catch on and they will start actually loving you too. And when I say loving, I'm not talking about coochie coochie coo, holding your hand and, tickling you and, oh, I feel love. I feel like I love her. I feel a warm, fuzzy feeling. I'm not talking about that kind of love. I'm talking about real, tangible love with proof. Like cash in your hand, in the bank, cars in your driveway, houses with your names on them, a fully funded retirement account. I'm talking about real love, not this little kid love when you got a crush on somebody because you want to sleep with them. No, I'm not talking about that. I'm not talking about that kind of love. I'm talking about real grown-up lady love. Real grown-up love has a lot to do with money. A lot. I'm not saying that's the only way grown-ups love, but that's one of the major ways. And that needs to be included in whatever, other little sweet things he does for you. When he goes out into the field and he picks you a bouquet of flowers, yeah, that stuff's all sweet. That stuff's sweet. But if you don't pay this mortgage, that bouquet of hand-picked flowers doesn't mean anything. Okay? If you don't pay these bills, that soup you made me when I had the flu doesn't mean anything. It took you a few minutes to make some soup and you ate half of it. That's not real love. Those are trick love things. Those are little tricky things they throw in there so they can be like, no, look at me, I love you, I made you soup. And I picked you flowers. And I hugged you when your mom died. That's love. That's poor man's love. I don't want freaking poor man's love, because you know why? You can afford to give that to anybody, especially if it means you get to sleep with them after. You probably make soup for all the sick girls in town. I'm sure you hug all the girls when their moms die because you want their boobs to press up on your chest. Of course you do. Show me the love in a way I can actually believe it. Give me something that's hard for you to let go. Give me something that's a huge sacrifice for you. Hugging me when my mom dies and making me soup when I'm sick and talking to me on the phone and whatever. Those things are cute and sweet and nice. Flowers picked from the field are cute and sweet and nice. That's easy for you. That's not a huge sacrifice for you. Give me something that's a huge sacrifice. Either go out into the jungle with a machete, risk your life killing a lion, chop its head off, and bring me the head. Go out there and risk your life for me, or give me $89,000. You pick. It's not even about the money, ladies. It's not the money. It's the sacrifice. Money is a great way to show sacrifice. Clearly, if he's a billionaire and he's giving you $89,000, that's not a sacrifice. Yeah, I'll still take it, but I know you don't really love me. If you have $10 billion and you give me $8 billion, I'll believe you love me. But yes, I'm talking about grown-up love, not this childish, silly love that can easily be replicated. I'm talking about stuff that is hard to do. I like when men show me things that are hard to do, things that make them super uncomfortable, things that put them in danger, things that make them feel vulnerable, things that could screw up their lives. When they're doing those things for me, I kind of start to believe maybe, possibly, I could be with this person and allow them to love me more in the future. Maybe, possibly, he can be the one I let on my roster. Without large sacrifices, their love means shit to me. It means nothing. Without a large sacrifice, all his hugs and kisses and cuddles and flowers and soup and blah, 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 all that stuff means nothing. He's been doing that for women for years, and he'll continue to do that to every woman who will accept it. They do that stuff to trick you into thinking they're actually in love with you, so that they can get you to love them and get you to sacrifice for them. And you'll be so confused, and you'll be like, but he loves me. He makes me soup. And he bought me flowers. And he hugged me when my mom died. And he comes here every single night to pound my kitty cat. He comes every night. Of course he does. Look at everything he gets from you. You're literally risking your life for him, letting him enter your body. And all he has to do is make you soup and call you on the phone and hug you when your mom dies and pick flowers from a field for you. Oh, but he never hits me. Good, he shouldn't. That's pretty basic stuff. Oh, he's such a wonderful man. He never raises his voice and he never hits me. Get a life. Like, this is ridiculous. The standards are too low, ladies, too low. These men need to cough up the damn cash. Not so much because of the cash, but because of what the cash means. The cash shows what they're willing to sacrifice. And the higher the amount is, the more they're willing to sacrifice. And this doesn't necessarily mean he has to be a rich man. He has to sacrifice a lot relative to how much he has. And men are not going to do that for just anybody. They're going to do it for the one they love. And guess how they're going to love her? She's going to be the one that doesn't give herself away for free or for cheap. He's going to be magnetized to her. And she's probably the meanest one he knows. The one that does the least for him. That's the one he's going to love. Okay. God, this video is like 3 videos in one. Pause, recenter, and pour into yourself first. That's how the universe and your provider men start flowing toward you again. Would you like me to write this as a caption or script for a short video? No, not today. Okay, ladies, I got to go to the grocery store, and then I have to go get ready for dance. I think I'm going to dance today. Again. Oh my God, my boyfriend Dan, the PA, just sent me a picture of him and his best friend at his job. Okay, I'm going to cover their faces a little bit, but you can see them. This is my new boyfriend. Oh my God, is his name in there? Did you just... I hope you can't see his name there. He's in love with me. I'm working on him right now. I'm hypnotizing him right now. I'll talk more about that in another video. But Dan is in love with me. I'm making him in love with me. I'll show you a little part of his face right here. He's Asian. Yes, ladies. I have an Asian man now. I don't know why that seems so special to me, but it feels really special. I don't normally have a lot of Asian men. He is really sweet. He is so sweet and cute and nice. And he's very innocent. And I'm working my magic spells on him for fun. We'll talk more about that in another video. I'm pretty much just, he's like a sponge that's just, he can suck up anything. Anything I tell him, I know he's going to believe me. I'm going to hypnotize him with my words. I have a gift for that with men. I can tell them things and it will become their belief system. So I'm going to actually start tonight when I see him. I'm going to start just telling him that he's in love with me. I mean, he has a crush on me right now. But if I start telling him he's in love with me, it will just be a couple of weeks where he will start saying it. And once he starts saying those words, ladies, words are spells. Words are spells. If I say it to him and I plant those seeds in his mind and then he starts saying it out loud, it's going to become his reality. He's going to believe it, he's going to feel it, and then it's going to start manifesting into our physical reality, which he's already halfway there. He's already halfway there. He has a big crush on me. I was with him again last night, and, we've been having fun. He's my friend from dance. So we have, like, a friendship kind of thing going on, but he does have a crush on me. And I'm going to start telling him that it's more than a crush. And even if he doesn't initially agree with that, oh, he will. He will. He absolutely will soon. I'm going to drive him crazy. He's going to be up at night thinking about me, not able to sleep. It's going to be fantastic. But yeah, he's really cute. He's so cute and he's so nice. And I like that he's like, like he wears scrubs. I don't know. That's just attractive when men wear scrubs. That's one of the things I like, boys in scrubs. And I'll tell you, I just want to keep talking about everything right now. I need to become more disciplined and keep my videos separate, because then my titles need to match the video. But if I'm talking about 3 different topics or 4 different topics, how can I get a title that matches the video? All right, ladies, I got to go. All right, talk to you later. Bye for now. Oh, don't forget about Mistress Diaries. It's going to be a very amazing playlist at the Sugar Lady Academy where I'm going to have all of my secret recordings from my time with John, my second runner-up SD, so you guys can see his psychology, the things we talk about, financial discussions we have, personal discussions we have. This is great for women who are married and want to understand what your husband might be doing with another woman behind your back that you are clueless about right now. That, and it's also good for the ladies who are mistresses or who are interested in putting one of these kind of men on their roster. So if you're interested in anything like that, I would highly recommend taking a look at Mistress Diaries. There are literally going to be several hours of content in there. Content from our dates, our discussions, our time spent together. And if you're into psychology of relationships and psychology of men, psychology of cheating men, psychology of men that are in love, psychology of men that are chasing unavailable women, if you like to study any of these kind of things, then that's going to be very useful for you. Mistress Diaries is going to be really useful for you. Okay, ladies, talk to you later. Bye for now.